This week's video, we put mud tires on the back of the Burnout Beater. Welcome back to the channel. We have one more burnout left for the season, so I thought we would get the Burnout Beater out again to see how we can do. Currently stuck behind the Jeep, the dead battery, flat tire, and I haven't even gone back to look at the Burnout Beater yet, but hopefully all the tires are inflated. I think the battery is pulled on that one, so I should have grabbed the battery. But let's get this Burnout Beater out from its little freighty hole back there and see what it will take to get her going. Hopefully it just pops off and we take it to the burnout event and all's good. But I do want to do a little rat rod theme for the show because it is a car show / burnout event. So I thought it would look pretty cool if we add something to the Burnout Beater to get some style points. So let's get this Jeep out of the way. All right, let's fire up this Burnout Beater, the Durango rat rod. Look at this little setup I got going on. Battery box hooked up, see what happens. Okay, that works. Just want to do this temporary because my battery is in that Jeep, and then I got to move the Jeep here. You know, the car carousel, you know, moving the cars around, this car, that car. Spend more time doing that than actually working on these things, moving my junk around. All right, let's see if this fires up. Oh, I hear the fuel pump. We're moving. Kind of. Yes, we're still moving. Shut it off. It worked. Now we can move that junk back in the spot and steal the battery. Box also works to roll down my windows. My jerry rig action I got going on here. To roll down the windows. Let's steal the battery. Here we steal the Jeep's battery. Do, that's already loose. Yeah. Steal the Jeep battery. Time to install the Jeep battery in the Burnout Beater. And man, that dozer's loud over there. Well, we got the old Burnout Beater running. I think we should go burn these tires off. Well, not off, but I think we should give it a little bit more, you know, delete a little bit more rubber on these before we remove them and put on our little surprise. The more rubber we burn off, maybe we can pop one of these suckers finally during a burnout contest. We did that last year actually on this Burnout Beater, but it was the Hoosier tires and they didn't really like blow out, and it wasn't super epic, but they did do the little and went flat before we got it on the trailer. But yeah, I'd say we burn these off a little tire prep. Tomorrow's burnout contest. Well, that wasn't too bad, was it? It's weird that there's no weight on the back of that Durango and those tires just do not smoke. I'm almost thinking about putting like a butt bar on the back of that thing to put a little weight. I initially cut it in half so it was lighter, so it would do better burnouts, which it does. Just doesn't blow the smoke. I don't know if it's the tires, but I've had a couple different tires on there. Not sure. Anyways, you see the surprise in the background. It's our Blazer we call Tater. It's got some pretty beat up tires on the back of that off-road rig, and we're thinking about taking it out here in the next couple weeks, but those back tires are super dry rotted, but I think they'll look pretty rad on the back of that Durango rod. So let's see what it will take to take these wheels and tires off and put them on the Durango. I'm thinking they're gonna look pretty rad. Some old groundhogs, all chopped up, cut and grooved. I think we're gonna have to cut the fender on the back of the Durango to make those fit, but it'll be worth it. All right, you guys ready for your tech tip in this video? Get yourself a scissors jack and an impact wrench and a scissors jack. And I jammed a 24 metric socket on that scissors jack, and she lifts your vehicle up. I lost a socket in the process, but we gained an ultimate lift. You can get those scissors jacks anywhere. I don't even know what that one's from, but I use it all the time with that impact, and it works out pretty mint. So let's rip these groundhogs off and put them on the Durango. And I put the Mickey Thompsons on that we had on the Burnout Beater at the last show we went to. Wow, maybe I should reconsider taking Tater for the burnout machine this weekend. Looks pretty rad. Yeah, we got the Blazer gasser now. Off-road gasser. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're gonna have to trim the fenders, you know, because there's no suspension. Meanwhile, I'm trying to do a burnout with the Tater. Yeah, we're cheating a little bit. Rear brakes are too good. Tires too fat. Just got a little 350 in there. But we want to see some smoke. No! And get the Blazer to smoke those big old Mickey Thompsons, the tired motor and those big fat tires. I think those drum brakes are working a little too well. Check it out. That thing looks sick. Put in the secret ingredient, some bubba gum. If everyone smells bubba gum while we're doing a burnout, we'll definitely win. We have made it to the burnout event / car show. So let's go check out our competition and some cars in the car show. Yeah, that's us today. No idea. These were popular back in the day. Lock your steering wheel. This little sign on here is pretty true. Look, my favorite car is not even in the car show. Roadmaster wagon. Check out this Oldsmobile 442, the iconic shifter. Got a ute. Still found the coolest rig here. Well, now it's time to put on the burnout tires because it's time for the competition. Got the weenie wheels on now to burn those babies off. Doing some spit shine on her. Time for a stock truck. Well, actually the Durango's stock too, but this one will be a one-wheel deal. Well, that was cool. After the event, we talked to Spencer. He's the one in that C10. He's one of those professional burnout competitors. So that was pretty cool to meet him, talk to him, get a little insight, and hear some of his stories. They just got back from the ice cream tour. It was down in Iowa, running with the big names of the burnout competition, Australians and those, you know, Cletus McFarlane, those guys, you know, small players in the field. Not really, they're big hitters in the field. So it's cool to get his insight, see what he's gonna do for the future of his project, and kind of some tips he gave us, and give us some motivation to keep on keeping on with the burnout beater, because I'm kind of on the fence with the whole burnout beater, what I want to do with it. But he gave me some tips, and maybe we'll throw some parts at it and see if we can get that thing to compete. Well, that's a wrap on this video. We didn't blow a tire. Man, I want to blow a tire so bad. We didn't place, but we had fun. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys on the next one. As always, thanks for watching, and until next time. Alright, let's end this video with some style points. See what these cut mud tires have in store.